Hey guys, and welcome to another day on the shop. Today is going to be a lot of work. Let's get to it. So today is the day where we take this engine, this truck. So they're both 5.4 3-valve Triton engines. The white one is 4-wheel drive. It is a limited. It doesn't have as many features as the 08 after it, because this is an early model 08. That's a late model 08. So this one has 18s, 4-wheel drive, entertainment system, heated and cooled front seats, power rear or third row seats, DVD player, and what else? Tow package, and a sunroof. This one has the same stuff, except it comes with 20s, comes with a backup camera integrated into it, comes with captain's chairs instead of a second row, and it's 2-wheel drive. So the only thing I ever did with this was tow my big boat whenever it came down to possibly needing 4-wheel drive. I don't need 4-wheel drive. 2-wheel drive. Less components, a little bit lighter, possibly better gas mileage. So yeah. The black one had a timing issue. I think it jumped timing and screwed everything up on the engine. So these are interference engines, so whenever it jumped timing, I think valves got bent, piston got hit, and so on and so forth. The white one has a rebuilt engine at 50,000 miles on it, and I never did the timing or the oil pump, and so in the midst of me taking this engine out, we're going to do timing and oil pump before we stick it in there. And then we're going to take every component off here that I need and put it in there, or hold it for a later date in case. So that is why when the first time I showed the black one, I said money saver. Why? The white one is full of rust, 100% full of rust. I don't know why I keep walking in my shop. I'm just walking around talking to y'all. But it has had so much rust, it's eating away in the door jambs. So rust all up in here. That step is not supposed to do that. You can't really tell much right here. I replaced the brakes a while back because it was just corroded completely. I couldn't get the wheels off. So you even look at it, you kind of can't tell that wheel. But there you go. Look at all that. I mean, the muffler mount is, exhaust mount's about to fall off because there's just so much rust from, this is a northern car. So, northern car, southern car. No rust, looks fantastic, just has a timing issue. So when we pull the motor out of here, we're going to keep it, we're going to possibly rebuild it so that at a later date, if we need it, it's already there, ready to go, and I don't have to worry about that. So today, my mission for, not the video, but today, is to at least try and get the white car in here and the engine pulled. And I think I can do it in a couple hours with no hiccups. I'm not destroying a whole bunch of stuff. I want to keep as much as I can of it. So it's just going to be a bum rush with doing it right though. So I got my table here, which I need to clean off a little bit more. I got my tools. I'm going to stop rambling on, and we are going to get this done time-lapse style, because you don't need to see me pull another engine out. If you want to see the engine pulled out of that thing, there's a video 2 years ago, me pulling it out. So let's get this thing in here and get this whole thing started. So this is what we're looking at. Like I said, it's a 5.4 3-valve Triton engine. When they're working, they work good. When they're not working, they're horrible. I don't like working on them. So the easiest way to do this, which I found out, is all this comes off. Take everything off all the way down to basically the radiator support, and if you take all that off, the engine just slides straight out. We're leaving the transmission in and just pulling the engine. The wiring harness is coming, the battery, and then, like I said, any other component that I can think of that I will want for later, just in case it goes bad on the black one, which I already have some AC components that I'm going to have to pull off because the rear AC has one of the motors stripped out. So I'll be pulling one of those motors out of this and putting it in there as well, and that's not going to be too much fun. But let's knock this thing out. So we're going to start the time lapse, and it's basically 2 o'clock. We're going to see how far we can get with this. So yeah, it's going to take some work. Like I said, I'm not worried about this body because everything, it hit a deer one time. Everything else works on it, so let's get to it. All right, an hour into it, and I made a big mess. But that's what I do. So we got the entire front grille off, we got the hood off, we got all components that connect to the engine that's exterior minus the transmission. We still got some heater core lines. Once we take out those lines, we'll pop the intake off, which is not going to be fun. And then once we pop the intake off, which these lines, if you didn't know, they come off back there, and it makes it a little bit easier. We got a fuel line we got to pop off, and then we got the wiring right here that we got to pop off. And once we do all that and get all this unhooked, we should be able to pull the whole thing out. So I give myself maybe another 2 hours, and we should be without a vehicle and just an engine. So then once we do that, we will get to doing the timing, and do the timing, pull the other car in here, pull the engine out, put this one in, and on the road we go. So we're going to continue this. Like I said, most of the wiring I undid from the battery and everywhere else, so it's all staying in contact with the engine, because I want this to be easy and smooth, all come out at once. The condenser, the AC, wherever it is, somewhere down there, that's a pain in the butt, by the way. That AC, trying to get it back in there, everything hooked up, it sucks, but it's what you do whenever you don't want to sit there and evacuate the system and then refill it and vacuum it and all that blah blah blah. Power steering staying on here, which maybe I might just undo the line, drain it, and leave it on the engine so I can just pull the engine with it. I don't know, because it looks like it's going to be in the way. So depending on how difficult, because I can't remember how difficult it is to pull the power steering, I might pull it off. But I know the intake has to come off to make it easy to get this engine out, height wise, and where I'm bolting the cherry picker. So we're going to do that, and then we got to clean the intake because it has issues of buildup and 240,000 miles on it. So let's get back to it. Well, I'm running out of time, but yeah, getting there. Transmission's undone, exhaust is undone. Got one more bolt in the starter. I wanted to show you all this. This is how a Ford starter comes out of an Expedition. If I can get it all the way out. That's how many extensions I need to go. I had to take the fender liner out. There's a bolt right back there behind the header. There's no real way to get to it other than since I'm doing this straight through the front. So yeah, and 3/8 impact / driver would not work. So we had to get Big Dog out, and didn't take much pressure. Just popped it loose and just came on out because the little one wouldn't do it. So, oh, yep, yep, one more bolt there. I'm not sure if I have any more on the trans. If I do, it's up top, and I think I purposely left them out just in case I ever had to do this again. And then next is I drop this down off the jack stands, get the cherry picker, take the intake off, pop the whole thing out. I do have motor mounts too. One motor mount, which is on the driver's side, is a pain in the butt. You have to use a breaker bar, and yeah, you basically have to have a breaker bar on it because there's no other way to do anything. It is the most difficult bolt on this entire truck. The passenger side, it just bolts from the bottom. You can undo it, but the mount bolts on the frame from the bottom, and it also has a through bolt, kind of like a clam from a Camaro or old Chevy, but yeah, whatever. So let me get back to this. I'm getting there. What time is it? It's 4:45. So I've spent 2 hours and 45 minutes and took a 30-minute break, and yeah, it's humid. The rain stopped. If y'all saw in the time lapse that it was raining pretty bad. So yeah, I'm just adding stuff to my brain. All right, back to it. Well, I don't want to bore y'all to death on just time lapses. So I've got everything unhooked on the bottom. Power steering's almost unhooked. I got one bolt in it, but my plan, I loosened this line up, and I'm thinking that this will work. So whenever I go to put it back in, I can just put the power steering pump back in while it's being put back in the truck, or the engine's being put back in the truck, so I don't have to get my hand all finagled in there because it's a pain in the butt to get down there while the engine's in. So everything else is unhooked. The AC's unhooked. I took the condenser off, just I'm not reusing it, so whatever. On my other one though, I'm going to have to reuse it, so it's going to have to stay attached whenever I pull the other motor and put this one back in. I need to get all the bolts. There's like 10 bolts for the intake, and it's all unhooked electrical wise. I think there's one more wire I have to unhook on the very back, which is a pain in the butt, but we'll get there once we get there. But like I said, there's like 10 bolts, and I'm leaving the wiring harness attached as much as I can. So once I get everything in order, pop this off and then strap the motor in and then pull the motor, hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, so I'm ready to do that now. Lower the truck back down. It's not on jack stands anymore, and all I did was loop that into each other so it can it won't leak. So that's my biggest thing, is I'm probably gonna zip tie it right here just to be kind of out of the way. So let's get this set up and take that off. Whoo! Where am I at? I'm at 5 hours with a 30-minute break. and forget a couple things. It's out. Vacuumed the top, had some issues getting it out because of flex plate hitting on the transmission, as well as I forgot this does not have 3, it has 4. And then on top of that, I forgot the oxygen sensor plugs. They plug into the harness. And what's something else I forgot? Oh, I accidentally took the diff bolt out instead of the engine mount out, and then realized that and got it out. That's a beefy board right there. Look at that. That is quite beefy. I got nastiness everywhere. I broke one of my coil packs. Oops, I got more. Same thing is this ripped out before. It ripped out again, so I'm going to do a better repair on it this time with some heat shrink stuff. And yeah, so it'll hold up better. I got the whole harness out, minus breaking those 2 little pieces. And other than that, I just want to throw the grill, the bumper, and everything right up here, and then put the hood on and call it a day. I don't even feel like dealing with any of this. Because, yeah, I mean, I'm not using it, and just gotta get put in the yard. And the next things are interior pieces, and what's the other thing? Electronics. I don't really need anything else. The tires are basically shot. The wheels are no good. Well, they're kind of good. They're dented up a little bit. Not too bad. There's better ones, worse ones. That one's a semi-good one. So, okay. So the wheels are okay, but the tires aren't. The tires getting worn. The fronts are better than the backs. The backs have flat spot. Oh, they're a little bit cambered. So, oh, you can't tell on that one. Well, it's getting worn right here. Getting to be flat. On that side, no tread, and then this side, it's really getting no tread. So I needed to get alignment, but I never did. I was lazy. But I'm done, and I didn't really cut too many corners. I tried not to, because pulling the other one out is going to be the same ordeal, and I've got to make sure that I don't hurt that truck. I don't want to hurt that truck. So now I got to pull everything off the front and put all new timing on, and that's in a box up under the hood here. It's right here. It's most of my timing stuff. Got new phasers, got new other things and everything. So what I'm going to do now is basically call it a night. But coming back, I'm going to pull all the front off and the valve covers. And once I do that, I'll jump into the timing. Do it. Shouldn't take an afternoon. Ooh, excuse me. And then come back and pull the black car in, pull that motor, and then immediately put this motor back in. Minus, I'm probably going to steal the couple of pieces off of it because that doesn't look too good. So, I don't know. I got one where the bolt stripped out on one of the coil packs on the black car. So, but we'll figure that out. Yeah. So, everything looks pretty good. I want to clean this up. This has a lot of corrosion on it. So, I'm going to clean it up as good as I can. Probably put a clear coat on it, and then put it back into service. So yes, I'm going to put the hood on and hopefully get this thing ready to get out of here. I'm going to clean up now. So the next scene you're going to see is the front of that being torn apart. Okay, well, I've been cheating. I haven't called it a night yet. I put the hood on. I stole all the I don't know why I did that, because now I can't open the back hatch. That was dumb of me, but yeah, I stole all the fuses and relays. I should have done that at the last bit, but hey, some people are smart. Started breaking down the engine. So, about to pull everything off timing wise. It's set at top dead center right now. You got this keyway at 11 o'clock. There's a dot on the very bottom down here. It's at 6 o'clock. This reads R, this reads L. It's all lined up. So I'm going to pop all the chains off and then pull the oil pump off and replace the oil pump, and then go through the timing stuff. So like I said, I got new phasers and solenoids and timing chains and stuff. So I made sure that I got everything from Ford. I'll put the link in the description down below, because I've heard horror stories of other ones that last about 3,000 miles when these are at 240, and I want to get them refreshed before something goes wrong. So we're gonna do all that, and yeah, I'll probably call it a night before then, but that's what I'm up to. So let's get back to it. Well, I'm getting pretty nasty. So, well, got the oil pump off. So got all the timing right there, and all my other stuff everywhere. Well, you know, we got everything everywhere again, like always. So now I am going to I'm going to put this oil pump on, and then I'm just going to wrap the motor and finish it up tomorrow. And once I finish it up, I'll start buttoning it up, and when I button it up, I will bring in the Black Expedition, and once I do that, I'll pull that motor and we'll do a swap-a-roo. And alright, so sorry for the abrupt end of that clip. My camera died as soon as I was saying goodbye. Alright, well, here's the engine again, all wrapped up and nice, and we'll throw that away. And now we're going to break some stuff out. I've got to move, I think, this bolt up here, but other than that, I've got the oil pump in. So let's see, it's a milling water pump, the recommended. Alright, let's go down here. What we got here? I don't even know what we got here. 5.4 gaskets, valve cover, right, left, grommet. Alright, so I got new gaskets, just because mine were reused already. Oh, alright. Got some Ford, whatever these are called, I can't remember. They're solenoids, control solenoids, the VCT. So I got two of them, and so those are going to be put on. Got a fuel filter, which has got to be put on. Got tensioners. I didn't think I bought the tensioners, but I did. Excellent. So got tensioners, got all the other mess that I need. It's all in this box over here. I still have this in here for some reason. I need to push it out. Got my, let's see, chains, and some other stuff. So let me get this together, and yeah, we'll see what all we got. Well, I forgot what all I ordered, because it came as a kit. So when you order the timing kit off Amazon, which will be in the link in the description below, you get most of everything here. Some of the things you have to order afterwards is these. You have to order those separate. I ordered two of them. I ordered one initially and then forgot that I had to order another one. Well, in this kit, it comes with Bose phasers. It comes with Bose, what is it, SPVs, VP, I don't remember what it's called. Yeah, I can't remember. But it comes with all the guides and the tensioners and bolts and a new sprocket for the crank. So, and the front main seal. See, like that one's for the right side, got the left side, new front main, got the chains in these boxes and the other tensioner in this box. So, forgot I have a whole new setup for this thing, and it makes me happy because I thought I was going to have to reuse the tensioners, and I was kind of paranoid and skeptical that they might go out. So now that I'm going to all new, I don't have to worry about that. Another thing, I started cleaning this up a little bit. It had all that nasty corrosion on it and kind of shined up a little bit. I'll probably spray something on it to keep it from doing that again. But yeah, we're gonna get back to this as quick as we can because I want to slap this thing together and get this other truck in here and the other motor pulled, and fingers crossed it won't be as difficult. So let's get all this done. Okay, well, timing is done. It's set forth. The way you look at it is, the keyway is facing 11 o'clock. The dot on the bottom faces 6 o'clock. Okay, so that's how that goes. Oh, and then the dark colored chain link goes on the dot on both right and left sides. And then you have these. Left straddles those two, right straddles those two. And then these are 30 foot-pounds and then 90 degrees after that. They send you new bolts with them to make sure, because they are torqued to yield, which means when you torque them for one time, they're done. They stretch, you can't use them again. I use them a lot, but yeah, no, you're not supposed to. Put a new front main seal in the cover. Got our new solenoids up here on both sides, and got new gaskets going back there. So we're getting clean, we're getting done. It's not difficult, it doesn't take too long. The only pain in the butt was I did not take the oil pan off to get the oil pump on. So that neck right there is a pain in the butt. Sorry for the, it got dark. But it's a pain in the butt to put that pickup tube into the oil pump. You have to make sure it sits. It does have 2 bolt holes, so it should sit perfectly even with the O-ring and all that. If you don't, you'll starve your engine of oil and it will cavitate and die. Don't do that. Sometimes it's better to take the oil pan off. I'm lazy. So I got a big mess right here. That's from most of the timing stuff. So we're gonna get back to it. It's time to put the front cover back on. So I got a little silicone here, 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 and here. I think as well as right here on the edges of the head, to make sure I don't have any leakage from the front cover. I had a little bit of a leak, but I think that is due to wherever it went, the front main. It wasn't a whole lot, but it was enough to dirty up the front of the engine, and it's not like it was pouring out. I think it just had a little grit in there to make it to where it was just pulling up. So the timing all done, everything's torqued down. We're going to clean up these edges real quick and put a dab here, 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 like I said, just to make sure that once this front cover's on, it seals good. And what we'll do is we'll snug the bolts up after the silicone's on, and then once we do that, we'll let it sit for about 10-15 minutes, and then we'll tighten it all the way down so it gets a good firm seal on the engine. So that's what I'm going to do now. Couple more things I got to put on is the idler pulleys, the tensioner pulley, and yeah, that's it. So whenever I pull the other motor, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the whatchamacallit, ignition coils, that's what they call them. So I fixed the wiring already on here. As you see, here's one. I need to heat shrink it. That's the only thing I didn't do there. And then, yeah, there's other things probably. Oh, the injector. Yeah, there it is. Already fixed that. So, yeah. Last but not least, I'm gonna clean up in here. As all my trash from doing the timing. I gotta get all this and throw it in here. I'm gonna put the back seats down. I'm gonna clean all this out. AC components I'm still worried about on the other one because I'm getting some clicking, and so that means a actuator is gone out. But everything else in here works, so I'm gonna hold on to this for a little bit after I start test driving the black one to make sure I have everything pristine and good. I need to stop touching stuff in the interior of here with dirty hands because it can still be used in the other one if need be. The middle row could or not, it doesn't matter because the other one has captain's chairs. For the front seats, the consoles, the rear stuff, all the way around, it all can be used in the other one because it has the same interior color. So now I'm going to take everything out of here, and then I'm just going to have to hook it up to my truck and pull it somewhere. I guess alone, because nobody's here. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up and get prepared for the other one. Well, truck's dead. Not running enough, so the battery dies every single time I go to crank it. So, let me open it. There we go. Look, that looks familiar. Alright, well this battery is still good. It's just had a lack of charge the past few months. So I'm using this Life little jumper box, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna have to put this on a Tool Tuesday. I'm not gonna go on the features of it, but mainly it's a jump box, a miniature jump box, and I've used it about 6 times and haven't recharged it. So red goes to red, black goes to black. Press on, it's on. Press boost, boost. Pretty simple. Then we walk back over here. Oh, getting this newish or car, and got lights. All right. However many times is a charm. That is. There it went. It went away. Alright, let's leave that running for a minute. That's weird. Alright, well, it didn't like that. Let's try again. Alright, we got it. Drive. I don't know what that noise is. I'll have to figure that out. Something's vibrating or rattling or something. So we're driving. So let's get us in there. Okay, well, it's in here now, and we'll be getting a new battery slash putting that one on charge for a long time, because the white one doesn't need a battery anymore. And now we have this in here. I'm going to load up stuff in it. Oh, once I was dead. I'm so smart. I need to open up stuff before I even think about doing anything else. So my DeWalt charger works a little bit better. That other one, it works good when the battery has a little bit of juice. But automatic gate, I forgot about that. All right, I gotta fix that up there too. So I gotta figure out how to take all of this out. But we'll do all that after I get this engine in and out. So let's get to tearing down. So first step is remove all this, just like last time. This is gonna be a little bit more difficult because the front grille on the last one wasn't attached at the bottom. This one is, and I gotta be careful. I also want to see if I can fix this split right there. The battery's so dead it doesn't want to do anything. So there's a lot I want to save on this. Yeah, so I gotta do it right. So right now, probably what I'm gonna do is go ahead and drain the water to start my day off easier so I can get that done, because if I drain the water right now, I don't do it later. I don't get it everywhere like I did last time. So let's pop this thing off and then we'll get to the water. Well, you see, it doesn't take long, and apparently that grill can stay attached, so that makes it even easier. So, lower radiator hose is off. Cover is off, intake is off. So, another hour and a half to get to where I can start looking at pulling this. As you see, I also have a power steering leak. So I've got to get the cooler, which is over here, off the other one, and reroute lines from up here all the way around in front and mount it between here and here. And once I do that, it will clear up that. But I have a power steering line here, power steering line here, and so I've got to loop them down here, so it keeps the power steering optimum temperature. So, let's see, there's what, 6 more bolts right here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then this whole front support comes off. I am going to take this off too to make it easier to get in there with the engine lift. So I'll pop this battery out, pop this off, and pop these 6 bolts off. Then we're going to have a little lunch break, and we're going to come back and knock this out today. So let's do it. Okay, so it's lunchtime break, but as you see, everything's off. Yeah, I had a broken little transmission cooler holder, so I'm going to steal that one off the old one. Well, today's the day that comes out and that goes in. As you hear, that's rain. Yeah, so there won't be much talking today. Rain. Well, been doing a little bit of work. Look, we're ready. Pulling it out. This one's giving me a little bit more learning of patience because there's 2-wheel drive and there's different things. Not many things. You'd think it'd be easier, but like the skid pan down there, I didn't take off. Should have taken it off. And yeah, it was just, I got all the bolts out. Everything else came out easier. The starter gave me a run for my money for a while because I couldn't get my 6-foot long extension in there. Yes, 6 foot long. So, all right, time to pull this out. hot and sweaty. It's out over there. Dirty engine bay. So I'm going to clean up a little bit, spray a couple things, degreasers and whatnot in here, just wipe it down, especially this right here, which is gummed up pretty good. So I'm going to clean it up to a point, and then once I do that, I'll get this other engine in, and we'll go from there. I don't know what the deal is with this. It's just a foam piece. You can tape it back on, maybe. I don't know. Probably not. But all right. I'm ready. Let's do this. I'm not ready. I don't want to do this. So, power steering, like I said before, it's easier just to pull the whole thing out when you're pulling the motor, and it makes it so much simpler. So, I'm going to spray this down. Most of my products I use is Super Clean for my cleanup, as of all my dry absorbent, floor absorbent. And this is a aerosol degreaser. So you spray it on just like a normal engine degreaser. It foams up and you can wipe everything off. So you can use it on grills, brakes, engines, whatever. So this is what I use. I like it. It works really good. That's what I'm going to spray everything down with in here. And then once I get the engine in, I'm going to kind of power wash the interior to get all this funk out. So let's get to it. Slow going is what's been going on. I did break my hand yesterday, so that was fun. Sitting here wrenching on the nut right here, turning it over. The ratchet slipped off and I nailed my hand on the ABS pump right there, and can't really show y'all a little boxer's fracture it feels like right there. The name of the game. I ran into an issue. I ended up having a strip bolt on the exhaust manifold right there. So I stole the one off the old motor and put the other one in right there. Can't really see it. It worked out good. I'm hoping the bolts that went in didn't strip, because they bound up and they weren't all the way tight. So if they are, and heaven forbid it doesn't work out, I'm going to put some RTV on it and slap it back on and call it a day. But it's in, got these lines connected, exhaust is connected, and AC is connected. I still have the starter, the intake, and the wires, and then I got to get the other plastic piece off the old condenser, because the other one from this truck was broken. So we're going to put that in there. This is all going to get cleaned up. It's just nastiness. It just needs to be brushed off and cleaned. Transmission cooler is going to go back in front, and then radiator, fan, you know, all the goodies. Probably before I put everything back in up front, I already have the idler pulley, the tension pulley right here with my belt on. I got to put my pulley back on, crank pulley. So yeah, that's the update for right now. We're going to get this done, and then we're going to route, like I said before, reroute the power steering line to a cooler right there between the condenser and the transmission cooler. So we're getting there. Yeah, you'll see some progress now. Well, we've gotten a long way today. It's in, intake's on, transmission is hooked up, starter, AC, almost power steering. I've got this little doohickey wired up, and now I'm going to drop some more transmission fluid in it, put some new oil in it, and then yeah, put some water in it and crank it up. see how it goes. Not much more to do. I do have to put the fan shroud in, which just slides straight down. I need to undo the lower radiator hose down here because it's only easier to put in fan shroud without it in. So yeah, then after that, got a couple of wires to hook up, and that should be everything. And fingers crossed, it turns on. So let's get back to it. So it's done, put back together, fluids in it, batteries on it. Let's see if this thing starts. I hope it starts. Oh. Let's see. Keys in. Everything do its thing. I don't like that sound. There we go. All the gauges look good. Everything's looking good. Sounds good. Ooh, we got a running engine. See how this runs for a bit. It's back together. Finally. Had a couple issues with some codes. One of the wires on the injector the pin kept sliding out, so I had to push it back in. But other than that, yeah, fluids are all in it, and it's not on the floor and not draining everywhere else. It sounds really good. I don't have any exhaust leaks like I feared. And power steering is, if you can see that cooler back there, it's back there. So it takes place of the AC condenser cooler that it had. I do have a couple other issues. I've got a clicking with the AC, which is the actuators, and I got to get in there and figure that out. And then my backup camera is not working, so I've got to look at that. But a couple days, go from white to black, no paint job. Got another engine right there. So, and I've got a parts car, and I've done it for around about $3,500. New timing, basically brand new engine, another car without rust. So I think I got a good deal on it. Got 20s now. I like them. I got two-wheel drive, so I have less components to fail. The only other fluid I have to change is I need to change the transmission fluid, and I need to change the diff fluid, and everything would be changed on this. So saving money. It takes a little while. It takes a lot of elbow grease to save money. But I want to thank you for joining in to another episode of the shop. If you like this content, give me a like and share or comment or whatever. Follow some more videos of the Expedition saga or whatever else I have going on. So, yeah. Until next time.